Look at what we got here. It's another nickel box. I wonder what kind of nickel adventures we're going to have this time around. I can't wait to find out, and hopefully you'll take that ride with me. Be back in a bit. Okay, so this is Jeff, aka Silver Chupacabra. We are on to Nickel Box Hunt 13 in the series. I'm looking to find any nickel treasure that I can. Definitely looking to fill this bad boy up, and we've been really hitting our strides in the last couple of nickel box hunts to fill some of those holes. Still looking to find a 2009 nickel from Philadelphia, and that would kind of complete a long list all the way down into the 1950s for me for Jefferson nickels. Just kind of taking a look real quick on some of those holes to remind you where I'm at, what we're looking for, so you can kind of play along as we go. All the early 1938s and 1939 key dates are definitely still in play. But as we go along, you can see some of those holes being filled. Definitely looking to hit this one somewhere soon, too. I see a lot of people on the internet finding those pretty easily. I'm still 13 boxes in and still have not found that. Definitely have some silver ones to find. That infamous steel nickel, which is I guess for collection books, this must be an error collection books because there's no such thing as a 1943D steel. It would be silver, of course, but looking for that one. Over into this side over here, got some of those holes filled. Of course, the big bad boy is going to be the 1950D. If I find that, I can take a day off and feel good about life in itself. Anyway, this side over here is all filled up. Just waiting to fill these. Let's take a look at the nickel box itself. See if we've got anything in here that's definitely looking old. I definitely see a few nice enders there that have big time promise here. I would say roll 18 or 19 there are looking pretty good. This one here looks like another old ender as well. But we won't find out until we've opened them up. So what say you? Get right on to this puppy and get moving. Onward we go for the treasure hunt. Okay, so it's taking us a little while to have a find. We are into the fourth roll of the nickel box. And right down here, we have got a 1954. And let's see if we have a mint mark on it. We surely do. It's at 1954 Denver. Let's see what we get to next. We are still on roll 4. This has turned out to be a pretty good one. I got a couple of finds. We got a 1947. And let's see if we do have a mint mark here. It is a 1947 out of Denver. Nice. And then we've got another one over here. 1940. I see a lot of these when you nickel hunt. Let's see if it's got a mint mark to go along with it. And it does not. So that'll be a 1940 out of Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and go to that next roll. Okay, on to roll 5 of the nickel box. And we have another find here. 1959. And it looks like we do have a mint mark there. 1959 Denver. I did find a really nice looking 1979 out of Denver as well. That might be an upgrade in my collection books. Onward we go. Okay, we are on to roll 9. And we had a find right at the very back end. So this was on the end of one of the rolls, or roll 9 in this instance. It's 1957. Let's go ahead and take a look to see if we have a mint mark, and we do. 57 from Denver. Onward we go. Well, it's been quite a while since our last find. We are on to roll 16. And I believe we might have something to look at here. Sorry about that. Right now, we see 1955. If it's Philly, it's going to be a semi-key date. If it's Denver, well, it's still a nice find. And it is Denver, 1955. Onward we go. Okay, I'm on to roll 18. And if you remember, I mentioned earlier that when I was looking at enders, it looked like that one was going to be an oldie. And it definitely does have the D on the right-hand side, so it's at least 1964. Let's see if it's something worthy to talk about. Well, 62. Not necessarily what we're looking for, but it's not young either. What is that? 61 years old. Happy birthday. Onward. Okay, so we're on roll 19, and just like roll 18, the ender, when I looked at it first, looked kind of old, so we're going to kind of do what we did the last time. Take a look, and we do have a D on the back, so it at least has to be 1964 and older for that to be happening, and the date is 1954. So it's a nice one to get. Take a look at the rest of the roll to see if we have any finds. So we got Bupkis with the rest of roll 19. We are on to roll 21. And I've already started on this one, but as I was looking down the way, let me use this. Look what I'm spying right here. And it would not be Jefferson. That's going to be a Buffalo nickel. Get that out of there. Boom. And Buffalo indeed. Let's look at that reverse. So no mint mark in the reverse. And that's looking in pretty good condition. I'm actually expecting a date to be popping out on this one. And it kind of is. Might have to look at this on the scope first. Something's popping out there. Let me take a look on the scope next. So I've got the Buffalo nickel up on the scope, and I do believe, roll this here is a 2 right here. And I believe this is a 9 right here. So we are looking at a 1929 Buffalo nickel from Philadelphia. Awesome. Buffalo nickels are always exciting to get. Let's see if we get anything from the rest of the roll. Okay, we are on to roll 26. A little bit of a dry spell after the Buffalo nickel, but we finally have another find for the books. We have another 1940. Do we have a mint mark for this 1940? Zoop. No, we do not. So, another 1940 from Philly. Let's see if we have anything else in this roll. A little further down the roll of 26, we got another visitor here, 1941. Pretty gunked up. Let's see if we've got anything as a mint mark. I do not see one. That would be a 1941 Philadelphia. Really gunky. Onward. On to roll 27. Things seem to be heating up a little bit again. Looks like we got another 1941. Just to add one. We get some mint marks. We will not. So, second straight 1941 with No mint mark. We all know where that comes from. Keep on rolling. So further on down the roll, got a nice 1960 there, and that's nice. Not the one we were really looking at here. We've got a interesting toned 1946. Let's see if that comes with any mintage. And looks like we have a D there. 1946 Denver. Let's finish up this roll. So we are on to roll 28. And we have a find at the very end of the roll. 1946. Let's see if we've got anything on the back. It is a 1946 out of Denver. Let's continue rolling. Okay, I'm on to roll 29. And 29 actually was one of the rolls. I noticed that the ender looked a little bit like one of the older ones. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And we do. We have a 1957. You notice it looks like it's got a little bit of a ring of death there from rolls past as well. Or being an ender is one of the rolls past. See if it does have a mint mark. And it does. It's a 1957 out of Denver. I'll bring you back if we get anything else in the roll. Okay, on to roll 31, and about midway through this roll, notice we do have a 1959 in the midst. And let's turn around, and we do have a Denver mint mark to go along with that, which totally makes sense since we are in the Denver area. As long as we're at it, got a 1941 coming up on the next one. Will it be plain, or will she have a mint mark? Another Philadelphia on the 1941. That is the third 1941 Philadelphia we've had. I'll come back in if we have another find. Okay, on to roll 32. And I'm not stopping because I've had a find, but I wanted everybody to take a look at this roll on the end here. Now, funny colored rims don't mean anything anymore. I think some of the newer Jefferson nickels tend to stain pretty drastically. So the whole rim test is not a very valid one anymore. But let's check anyway. You never know. So, yep, that's one of the newer ones right there. You can see the Jefferson on the face there. Let's check out the other one. The other one's at least a little bit older, but that's in the 95 there? No, 1990. Get my glasses checked. Oh, wait a minute, I don't have them on. I'll let you know, or I'll stop by if we find anything in this roll. Okay, on to roll 36. You've got a familiar visitor here, or maybe a familiar visitor. The year 1957. It's a very great year, I'm guessing. If it's a Denver, it's the fourth one, and it sure is. So now it'll be 4 1957s out of Denver. I'll come back if we hit something else in this roll. Okay, so I'm at the end of roll 34, and I thought I'd bring you in, not for a find, but let you know that I am looking for varieties as well. And with the older coins that I found earlier, I'll look at those at the end of the hunt, and I'll bring you in if I find anything. But I thought I'd bring you in to just look at one of these varieties that I am looking for as we go along. This is relatively new, 2005 Jefferson here, and it's got a buffalo on the back. from Denver. This is called the speared bison or speared buffalo, however you want to go with that. That is a die gouge that the arrows are pointing to. And that is what I'm looking for when I do find these as I come up. Got one under the scope here. And, of course, you don't see anything. I'm going to take it that back in 2005, these were, and a little bit beyond, these were pretty much well hunted out on a lot of these coins. Much like the how the buffalo is hunted near extinction in the 1870s, 1880s, this one is pretty extinct too, i.e., I keep looking for them, and I'm going to doubt if I ever find one in circulation, but you never know. That's part of the hunts themselves. Let's continue on with the hunt. Okay, I'm on to roll 36, and near the end of the roll, we have got this. It's a 1942 nickel. Now, I do have a nice little hole in my collection book. Looking for the just regular nickel part. Let's remember 1942, there was a war going on, WW2, and nickel was needed in a lot of the things that you use in war, more or less, weapons and such. So, early part, they just made the regular nickel in 1942, both in Philadelphia and in Denver. But then they started making them in silver, 35% silver, at least they had 35% silver. So it took some of that nickel out. Even though they had a little bit of nickel still in there, they took a lot of it out to use for what they needed to use it for. Anyway, is this the silver one? It doesn't look silver to me, so I'm thinking this is probably going to be, and it is. We'd be expecting a big mint mark. Even in Philadelphia, they had a mint mark for that. This is definitely a Philadelphia because we don't have a mint mark off to the side. That is going to be a hole filler in the collection. Okay, so you're on to roll 38. In the back end of the roll, this one turned out 1948. That would be the first one we've had of these today. Let's see, turn the right way, would be nice. We do have a mint mark. Once again, it is Denver, 1948. Let's keep trucking. So, on to roll 39. And we've got the oldest Jefferson to date. No, not the 1964. We have got a 1939 nickel. Now, this would be awesome if it had a mint mark of some sort, because those are actually in the key date sections. It's got a little wear to it, so probably not going to be, but that would be really nice if it did have a mint mark to it. And it does not. So, 1939 from Philadelphia. I'll come back if we find anything else in this roll. You're on to roll 42. And got a couple of interesting finds here. Take a look at that 1960. I mean, that looks like fresh out the mint. Definitely going to see if that's an upgrader. And then, a little miscellaneous here. 1970D, and somebody decided to drill a hole in it. And it does go all the way through. I'll let you know if there's anything else in this roll. Okay, so we are on roll 43, I believe it is. And I was just checking this Jefferson nickel because there is a variety with the mint mark floating upwards in between the date and the actual profile of Jefferson, and I caught on to this. Well, there's no mint mark for one thing, but take a look at that. I am a horrible judge of identifying double dies versus machine doubling. I'm sure this is probably machine doubling because there's no recognition of this anywhere I've seen it, of this being a double die, but it is all over the place on this nickel. If we go up a little bit here, you can see it all over the place. In the comments section, you let me know what you think about that. If we go around on to the other side here, the In God We Trust, it's all over here too. I mean, it looks beautiful. I'm going to keep it just for what it looks like. But anyway, just thought I'd show that to you. Onward we go. So a little farther on roll 43, and we've got a nice 1949 in front of us. Let's see if it's got a mint mark or no, and it's a no in this case. 1949 out of Philly. Come back in if this roll has any more. Okay, we are on to roll 45, so getting near the end. And I just flattened out this roll here. And as I looked, I don't even know this is anything yet anyway. I just noticed this one. This one kind of stood out to me because of the color. Let's take a look at this. It is a 1941. I thought it was going to be silver, to be honest. But it does have a 1941 on it. And I think I've already got a few of these today. Let's see if this does have a mint mark. This one does. It is a Denver, 1941 Denver. That's the first one of those on this hunt. I'll come back if we have anything in this roll. Continue on with roll 45. I went through these coins already and spied the next one up. Another 1940. Let's check to see. Yep, we are going to have a mint mark on this. Oh, we've got a San Francisco on this one. That's the first S we've had today. Awesome. Come back if we got another one in this roll. Okay, I'm on to the second to last roll. Roll 49. And I've actually already started it a little bit. I was spying down the line here. I'd already flattened these coins out, just kind of looking to see if there's any surprises coming up here. And looky there. Right there. 1942. Let's pull that one out. Now, we already found a 1942 nickel earlier. That was not silver. This is the starting of the Civil War nickels, which go from 1942 to 1945. I don't think this is silver. It does not have that look. Definitely does not have that edge. Let's go ahead and take a look. So there is no big mint mark here, but the question is, do we have a mint mark over here? Too bad. We do not, but it's interesting. I was asking for this in my collection. Now I got two nickels are going to fight out for that hole in the collection. We'll finish up the roll here to see if we have any more finds. Yes, I'm still on roll 49, and I just came across something I cannot believe the condition. It almost makes me want to think that this has been cleaned. That's a 1942. That thing looks, other than that black mark across it and a little bit of green there, like I said, it looks like it's brand new. I'm going to be very curious to see what we got here in the back. Oh my God! Excuse my highfalutin language there, but I would have never guessed this to be a silver nickel, for God's sakes. I'm so flabbergasted. I'm going to actually put this under the microscope to see if we have any steps. We'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so here's that Civil War nickel under the scope. You can see how clear the background is and how good the detail is. A lot of that's toning, by the way. A bit dirty here and there, but that's not far off of being mint state. And I think the back is even going to get a bit better here. Nice and clear. A little bit stepwise, but it is not quite full steps. But I'm not sure if a lot of these came out full steps anyway. It's just an amazing find. I don't think it's cleaned either, by the way. But nothing there smacks of being clean. I'm just totally amazed at how good this coin looks. Okay, so we are looking at a big empty now. We are on roll 50. I just opened the roll, as you can kind of see, and I had noticed that I've got a coin here that has a mint mark on the back, so it has to be at least 1964, our workhorse opening for something that's 50s or older than that. I can't tell if that's a D or an S, but we'll find out here in a little while. It is a 1941. So I'll look at that on a scope here by myself and let you know what it comes out to. Okay, so as you see, we have a big empty in the box now. We are done with looking through the nickels. And we've got a lot of finds to kind of summarize and take a look at for varieties, which is one thing I'm going to do. And then once you get a look at all the finds one more time, we'll go ahead and see what holes we get to fill in the collection book. Okay, so I went through all the coins and no varieties were found. No Henning nickels, no repunched min marks, all that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and summarize the finds today, which have been very hefty. This was another great box, 3 in a row. I must be... it's got some good karma there going. I want to continue that too. Anyway, 1939, Philadelphia. We have got 2 1940s from Philadelphia and 1 San Francisco 1940. 1941 Philadelphia, we got 3 of those, and we've got 2 1941 Denvers. Finally found a straight 1942 nickel with no silver in it. Now I've got 2 choices to fill a hole. We'll find out which one gets it here in a little bit. So... now we're down to 1946. We've got a couple of finds in 1946 Denver. We've got 1 1947 find, and we've got 2 1949 finds. And by the way, the 47s Denver, and so are the 49s. We have 1954. We got a couple 1954 Denvers. 1 1955 Denver. We've got 3 1957s out of Denver and 2 1959s out of Denver. On the top here, we've got ones that I think might be able to upgrade, which would be nice. Some oddities, hold out, Jefferson, probably the worst thing I've seen. Did find a 2009, by the way. Denver, though. Still need that Philadelphia. And then there are the 2 big finds of the hunt in this session. A 1929 Buffalo nickel out of Philadelphia, and a 1942 Silver War nickel out of San Francisco that is just one of my best finds when it comes to silver nickels. You don't get to see them in this detail. Let's go ahead and go to collection books and see what's what. Okay, on to the collection book. We have 1 filler. It's that 1942, just regular old nickel there before they switched up to the silver. And it's going to fit nicely. To be honest, the 2 subjects I had there were pretty close. That's the only filler that we're going to have. We do have some upgrades. We've got an upgrade on the 4070. We have an upgrade on the 41D. And accordingly, that's going to upgrade pretty much well anything. I'm going to be a little careful with that, because I think that might be something later on that I can maybe get graded. I don't know. Such a beautiful example. I mean, just look at all the other silver worn nickels. They're all pretty worn. And you got that shiny one. So anyway, there are the holes that are left. We got 5, 10, 14 holes. Let's continue filling. I hope you enjoyed this and maybe got something out of this. Feel free to like and subscribe if you'd like. I do have another nickel box in the offing. Probably will come out with something next week, about a week from now. Might be looking at a penny box next, or something a little bit else. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. This is 3 boxes in a row. That I cannot ask for more. I think it was about 26, 27 finds in there from 1959 and older. Can't ask for anything better. Please have a great weekend. Be safe out there. We will see you next time. Oh, I forgot one thing. I did find this in this box. The 1929 Buffalo nickel out of Philadelphia. Didn't want to forget it. Him. Best find of the day. Other than that Civil War nickel. Adios once again.